Hey, how's it going, everybody? Coach Kyle here, and today I want to talk about a topic that you've probably seen discussed in nutritional and running circles, and that's fasting. So, fasting is defined as not consuming food or caloric beverages for various periods of time. You have a feasting and a fasting window. There are traditional and modern healthcare systems that recommend fasting as a therapeutic intervention for several chronic non-infectious diseases. It is suggested that, and this is where we're going, that exercise during or in a fasted state can increase lipolysis, so fat utilization, in adipose or fat tissue. I'm not sure why I went towards my elbow. And it could basically how it could potentially improve how much fat you burn, and this could potentially increase fat utilization for runners or weight loss for those trying to lose body fat. So in January of 2020, there was a review published in the Open Access Journal of Sports Medicine titled Exercise Training and Fasting: Current Insights. And its goal was to assess if endurance training performed in a fasted state, commonly before breakfast, triggers specific training adaptations such as increased fat oxidation, and if that improves long-term endurance levels. Fasting does tend to decrease body weight, lean body, and fat content in both trained and untrained individuals. In several studies have shown a kind of more broader impact of fasting on metabolism with effects on protein and glucose metabolism in sedentary and again non-sedentary, trained or active subjects. However, there is conflicting information when it comes to the effects of fasting on glucose metabolism in trained athletes. So the effects on fasting on physical performance indicators are just not quite as clear, with some studies reporting a decrease in performance, while others found no significant effects. And yet others sometimes might find that for ultra marathoners, there is a benefit. Differences in experiment design, severity of the calorie restriction, and of course, the duration of the study all impact the results. So, in essence, through the basic review of the literature, the suggestion is that there is little evidence to support the notion that and some people might not like this. There's little evidence to support. There's not much going for keto, low carb, or running, or specifically in this case, running in a fasted state to improve your fat utilization. It might not happen. The notion that endurance training and fasting mediated increases in fat oxidation play any real beneficial part of the equation in becoming a better runner really isn't there. The authors further recommend that, and I highly agree with this, that endurance athletes should avoid high intensity training in a fasted state. With myself and my clients, I typically suggest that if you're going to go out for an easy 30 or 60 minute jog, it really doesn't matter if you have breakfast beforehand or not. Just a small tiny snack or nothing at all doesn't really matter. Whatever you have or don't have for breakfast, it's almost always a good idea and good practice to have some food afterwards. Almost every time, always a good idea. But as the review authors said, if you're doing any type of training session that is long or hard, it is highly recommended to not avoid some sort of breakfast. It's highly recommended to not do these in a fasted state. You will almost always just perform better during the training session and feel better after the training session. So, I welcome your thoughts and comments below. There might be some interesting topics or interesting comments, questions, or experiences on this topic. So drop them below, always welcome. And as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.